Welcome to the fifth and last part of my Power BI series aimed at end users. Today we're going to explore how to work with reports. More specifically, we're going to talk about how to use filters in a report. Then once you apply the filters, how to save it as a view, so how to bookmark it. We're then going to discuss how to drill down in a visual, and then how to export to Excel. Let's get started. If you watched one of my previous videos, we installed here in apps a sales and marketing sample app. So now if we go and open it, we have here, the first one is a dashboard and the second one is a report. So we're going to look at the report and we're going to a year-to-date category. So what we see here is a series of charts. And if we want to filter in a report page, sometimes the report designer would maybe add here filters on top, drop downs, which you can use. But if there are none there, what you would do here, you've got the filter pane, which you can see it expands and collapses. So if it's collapsed, you can expand it. And you can see here in the filters pane, three types of filters. You would see filters on this page. So what filters we apply here will impact all the visuals on the page, and we can see filters on all pages. If we apply here a filter on the date, it will impact all the visuals on all the pages. Also, the third type would be the filters on a visual. So if I select this chart here, I can see what filters are applied on this visual. So I can see there's 4 manufacturers selected. The same view we can get here if we hover over a visual and over the filter icon. So we can see here, for example, that it's already filtered by what we have here in the filter pane. However, there is a fourth type of filter that only would display here in the icon and wouldn't display in the filter pane. And that is a cross filter. So what is a cross filter? A cross filter is an option that's enabled by default, although the designer can disable it. So for example, if I go here and select Texas as a state, because cross filter is enabled by default, this would filter the other charts on the page. And if I go now to my filter icon here, I can see a fourth type of filter, the cross filter, which shows up as included. Because I mentioned cross filter, I now want to explain what the difference is between cross filter and cross highlighting. I've gone here to another report page, market share, and I've got here 2 categories. I've got moderation and convenience. And look what happens when I filter on moderation. The top graph here is going to be cross filter and the bottom one cross highlight. I click on moderation. In the top visual, the data points for the other segment convenience were removed, so I only see the data points for moderation. On the other hand, in the bottom visual, what happened was that all the data points are retained, but the segment I'm not interested in, convenience, it was dimmed, and then it's only moderation that gets highlighted. I'm now going to show you how to customize the filters. I've gone out of the app because it doesn't show me all the filter options, and I'm going back to my workspaces and my workspace, and here I find the same report that's been installed differently. If you look at one of my previous videos, it was from get data samples, and I'll click on sales and marketing sample. So if I go back to my workspace and go to the report, I've got the same pages, and I go to year-to-date category here. And if I select the table here with the manufacturers and expand it here, I can see I can click and select more manufacturers. So this is basic filtering. You can also search if you don't know the exact name. But there's also another option here for advanced filtering, which allows you to put conditions in place with and or operators. So it's a more type of advanced search. Also, you have here the rubber. If you click on it, it will clear all the filters. Also, keep in mind when you apply the advanced filtering here, you would have to click on apply filter for the filtering to take place, which is not the same as basic filtering. As soon as you select them, the filters would apply. Once you've applied all your filters, you maybe want to preserve that view. For that, you use the bookmarks functionality. Once you save a bookmark, next time you select it, Power BI will take you back to that view, the view that you saved and captured all the filters and slicers. It's also good to use it, for example, when you have to leave urgently and next time you want to continue from where you left off. So you click here on bookmarks and click on add a personal bookmark and give it a name. You can also see you've got here show more bookmarks, and that is report bookmarks. This is where the report designer might have created specific bookmarks to guide you to a specific view of the report. There's two other bits of functionalities for a visual I want to show you. One is if the visual is too small, you might want to enlarge it. So you click here on focus mode, and this will make it bigger. You can go back to the report. And the other one is you might want to see what data points you have. So here, for example, I could hover over them and I could see them. But you can also display them as a table. So you click here, show as table, and then you would see the data points. I'm now going to demonstrate how the drill down functionality works in Power BI. I've gone back to the apps report and I'm on the details report page. You can see here I've got a hierarchy made up of, first level region, second level manufacturer, and third level product. If I click on drill up, obviously it's going to go back to the region, so I can see the amounts by region. If I turn on drill down, what will happen is each time I drill in a level, it will go up, down a level, but it's going to remove the other segments. So for example, here, if I click on east, it's going to remove central, and west, it's just going to show me east. If I click on Natura, it's just going to show me Natura is going to remove the other manufacturers, and so on. I'll go up again and disable this. What happens if I choose this, go to the next level in hierarchy? So this is going to go a level down, but it's not going to keep the level up. So here, if I go a level down to the manufacturer, it's not going to show me the region. Then if I go another level down to the product, it's not going to show me the manufacturer, just the product. I'll go up again. And the last option here is to expand all down one level. And to be honest, this is the one I use most of the time because it keeps the hierarchy visible. So if I click a level down, I'll see the region and manufacturer. And then if I click again, I'll see the manufacturer and the product. So usually what I use drill up or drill down. What you can also do is same as Excel pivot tables. You can right click and then you see here a collapse button. So you could say collapse entire level. So that will collapse all the manufacturer. And I can go here again and say collapse all the regions. Do that. And it works also, the other way around, expand entire level. So that's going to expand it again. And then again, expand manufacturers to products. The last bit of functionality I want to show is how to print and export the data. So you could go here to file and print the page. This would print it as a PDF. But you could also export it to Excel. So if you select the visual, the matrix here table, and you export the data, you have here three options. You can export the data with the current layout. So if I click here, export, this would export the data. So we open the file, we'll see how it looks like. It's exactly how it's on the screen at the moment. Right. This is sometimes not very useful if you have a table like this because you've got merged columns and it's a bit difficult to work. You'd have to unmerge and fill down. So what you can do next is if you want a nice list, you just export summarized data. So this would export the data into a list format. if I open it here, yeah, so this is a nice format, doesn't have any blanks. And if you pivot it, you would get exactly the same pivot table as here. So it's maybe easier to work with data here. There's also a third option here, underlying data. Yeah, which is pretty much exactly the same as the second option. Note, however, if we go here to the report, that when you export, you've got a limit here. So for Excel, it's about 150,000 rows of the data, underlying data that you can export. I think for CSV files could also be around 30,000. I hope you have followed all the episodes of the series and have enjoyed it. If you did, please recommend it to your colleagues, especially if you're working in a finance department. I will be posting more videos about Power BI or Power Query in Excel, and not only. So leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.